This is me. You might be wondering how I got in this situation. See, I love pandas. I really do. But today, things got a little out of hand. Let's back it up though and start from the beginning. This episode is all about pandas. Now, a couple of episodes ago in this series, we got to really kind of interact with pandas for almost the first time. I heard the cute sneeze and I saw both of them hit the ground again. I've barely interacted with them in game before, and we got to just hang out and enjoy these little guys, and I want more of them. So today, we're going to do two things. We're going to build a lovely place for all our panda friends to live, and we're gonna go try and find some more. Where are we going to let these pandas live, you might be asking? Well, none other than our favorite animal home, our sniffer cherry grove. Snort, how you doing, buddy? It's been too long since I've been out here. And you know what we really need? We need a little collection system for these guys digging up their seeds, especially if we're going to be in the area. Now, let's talk a little bit about the plans that I have for this particular area of our world. One, you can see that this cherry grove is absolutely ginormous and just gorgeous. And across the river, we have this giant flower forest also on top of big ol' hills like our cherry grove. So we're going to do some things like putting a bridge across between these two areas and stuff like that. You know, the things you would expect from this sort of area. And this area is going to turn into almost a Victorian style magical fantasy town type thing. Now, I want our panda spot to be a little bit on the outskirts of this area, and I want it to be kind of on the ridge up here above our pond. We're gonna do a little bit more with this area, but look at the colors. Look at the ombre effect that we have from the dripstone cave water and the cherry grove water. This might be one of my favorite spots in the entire cherry grove. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to build our panda sanctuary right in this little area that's currently kind of between these trees. Some of them will have to be cleared out a little bit still, but the shape of the land here is kind of perfect, and we'll have to do minimal tearing up of the ground in order to put something there. Now, this build is going to be a bit of a greenhouse style build, and it's going to have a few different colors in the palette. So first off, we'll be using copper, of course, and leaning into those greenish colors. This is also going to include some other greens like lime terracotta and mossy cobble, and probably some actual moss. We want this to be fairly large, and it's going to be quite tall, at least 2 stories, probably 3 stories worth. And in this new area, we can kind of work on a different scale than we've been working on over in our spawn area if we want to. Okay, now we have a properly dug out circle to start this, and our copper isn't even close to aging. That's great. I'm realizing we're probably going to need a solid bit more of copper as well. So the bottom area is going to have a lot more moss and moss cobble and lime terracotta. It's the part near the ground. It's a little mossier. It's a little more green. And then as we get a little bit higher, then things will start shifting more into the copper area. So we'll go ahead and take our moss while we wait for our copper to keep aging, and we'll work out the shape of this frame a little bit more. We want this to be pretty darn tall, so everything's going to go straight up for a while. Let's look at that. Yeah, that's around the height that we want. 3, 4, 5, and then that's our center right there. Take a little look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So I think I like wireframing and making proper structures. This is really cool. So now we can kind of see what each piece of the structure is going to look like. So I want to do an outdoor area, kind of garden-like. The pandas will be able to wander through it. And I'm kind of envisioning that on this side of things, and then putting a little bit more of a structure on this side of things. But for now, I think we are about ready to jump into a time lapse. Let's go! All right, my friends. Now that we've built the thing, I am all built out, and I would like to go collect some pandas before we get started on the interior of our build. So we have 3 different personalities of pandas here. We've got our little lazy boy, we've got a handful of weak pandas, and we also have a normal panda. Now, there are 4 other personalities of panda, and you can technically breed them because the genes can mutate, and so you can eventually get more personalities of pandas just from your basic pool of pandas. But I think first, before we start breeding, we should go looking around and see if we can't find any more of these pandas. Ooh, there's a jungle temple. I don't know if I have the armor trim from there yet. But we've got a ton of bamboo jungle right here. Surely there will be at least a panda in the middle of all of this. Lots of sheep. There's a couple. Oh, hello, my darlings. Hi, you beautiful beans. And who are you? We've got a normal one and, oh, an aggressive one. Oh, okay. I guess we could probably try and put these guys in boats. I'm going to try and grab the aggressive one first. Oh, there's a pig in the boat. There's a pig in the boat. I am so far away from home at this point. This is where I wish we could fly with the boats. I love the ghasts, but they are not a substitute for long distance travel. All right, we're going to make a little experiment here because it took me about a minute to get home from where the pandas are. Let's see how long it takes to get back to them. Oh my god. Wait, this is a different pair of pandas. And there's a creeper right there. Wait. This isn't even the same spot. These aren't even the same pandas. I think the other pandas are over there. Okay. No, but it was right here. It was right here. There's the boat. That's not the boat, but there's... Okay, so there's lots of pandas here. All right. Anyways, just for the record, this trip took about 10 minutes as opposed to about 1 minute. Oh, there's even more pandas. Oh my gosh. This is Panda Island. I love that. Oh, it's a playful panda. Did you see it just roly-poly? Oh my gosh. No brown ones yet. Okay, you're a normal one. And you looked like you were probably just a normal one too. I can't see your face though. Oh, are you maybe the fearful? You're the fearful one. That's why he's running from me. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can't get the two of these guys in a boat. There we go. Excellent. Let's check those hitboxes. Oh no. Do they? Okay, that's the boat hitbox there. That, ooh. There we go. Excellent. I'm going to drag the boat this way and see if we can't just grab our other little normal guy here in the boat. There we go. Excellent. I swear if these guys kill my pandas, I'm going to get so mad. We're going to really quick breed these guys up so that we don't take every single baby from here, you know? Oh, see, he's not drowning them. Good. I want the adults, not the baby. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And then we go bam. I am gonna leave a baby here without its parents, so I'm still a bad person. But at least the jungle will have a few little guys, few little panda friends. Okay. And now, the rest of us are going to head home. Hello, my panda friends. I have more panda friends for you. We gotta make extra careful care not to hurt our aggressive panda because he will just keep punching us until... Oh. There we go. There's one. And, no, you come back here. You come back here. Oh, dear. Oh, there's a lot of things that can hurt them. No! No! Oh, no. Which one did I lose? I lost the angry one, I think. Oh, man. All right. Well, time to go get a playful panda to add to the pack. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, I feel so bad for leaving the baby all on its lonesome. Now, I kind of doubt that the baby that's over here has grown up. Yeah, that looks like a lazy baby, though. Which is very fun, but we don't need a lazy baby. We do already have a lazy panda. Oh, for goodness sake. I don't want the baby. I don't want the baby. I don't want the baby. I got the baby. Okay, that's fine. I hate working with the happy ghasts. Every time I work with them more, I just hate it more. Okay, we have safely deposited our remaining pandas here. And now let's start throwing some bamboo around so that we can breed them up. It is going to definitely be another endeavor to bring these little guys over to their new home, but I do want to see what personalities we get first from breeding up a couple more. We have weak, we have worried, we have normal, and a couple of lazy guys. I'm not going to deal with more of the lazy guys just because I'm gonna breed up 2 normal guys first. Really? There we go. I saw the hearts over here. Yeah, we got a baby. Where's baby? Oh my gosh. Who is baby? Baby is normal right now. Let me see your little face. Well, you're not the lazy one, that's for sure. Just normal, I think. Maybe? Oh, fearful. Fearful baby. That's what that is. So we got that from the lazy and the fearful one, the worried one. Well, I suppose we should head on back to these guys' future home and give it an interior so we can get them moved over there now. All right, my friends, this is where the real work begins. We have to turn all of this greenhouse interior into a lovely planty paradise while all still being lit up and panda friendly. Now, one of the first things that I want to do is I want to make a big tree in the center here. Okay, these are going to start spawning baddies real fast. That's pretty tree-ish. Okay, I want this trunk to have a little bit more shape to it before we start adding leaves. Do oak leaves show the color differences, I wonder? They might not. Here, let's go do a little bit of investigation just to find out. So right here we have a spot that goes from meadow to cherry grove. Let's take a look. Okay, it does, okay. Oh my god. Gosh darn zombies. This isn't the first time they've tried to break down my doors. Oh, I hope he died there. They've been doing that a lot lately. I need to make sure all my doors are put on sideways. Back again, huh? Hi, buddy. Go away now. Thank you. All right, let's look at this tree. It's not perfect, but it's pretty decent for what we want it to be here in the middle of the greenhouse. Do you know how our drip leaf vines are all twisty like this? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I wish we had more detail blocks in green. We do not have much of that, and it frustrates me. Okay, over in this corner, we're going to need to make an entrance to the garden area, which will probably be this large arch. The pattern of arches that we have going on the outside of the thing isn't exactly quite even. There are these arches on the corners that are a little bit bigger than the others. And I think that arch over on this side will become our door out into the garden playground area. But over the door to that, we're going to build a big ol' shelf. Look at that, a shelf. There we go. Cool. So now we have a nice little shelf, and what else do you put on shelves but... There it is. Pots! What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put a light in the bottom of the pot, and then I'm going to put leaves over the top of the pot and let the leaves kind of spill out of the pot. There we go. A nice little drapey, viney plant. Maybe we even put a little tiny bit more drape and vine. Ah! Let's add a little bit more leaf spillage. We'll do just like a couple bits off the back, maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what we needed to see. I want to see. Okay, we have exactly one spot there. Oh, of light level 0. Darn it. So what we'll do is we'll take some glow lichen up here with us too. Ow! We're going to make that. Oh, this is going to have to be a little bit smaller than I was anticipating, I think. And then we'll put a little glow lichen right there just to make sure everything is nice and lit up where it needs to be. Okay, next bit, armed with a bunch of scaffolding. Where would we put a hanging basket? Let's take a look at free cam and see what that level looks like. That's probably good, actually. There we go. Okay, so, well, now we have a basket. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make more concrete. And then we'll start putting our glowberries in our basket up here. This is a lovely, very wanderable greenhouse. And now we need to focus on this side of things, which this is like the functionality. If we're thinking of this greenhouse as kind of a panda sanctuary, this is where the real work of the panda sanctuary happens. I want the middle of this room to have 2 showers in it. And then, of course, they can't just be free floating, right? That's kind of dumb. So, there we go. We're going to make ourselves some pipage. There we go. Yeah, that looks rather showery and industrial pipey. I like that. I'm going to sacrifice one of my 3 sponges. Next, I want to make a little storage area, I think. And this is literally going to be like piles of supplies, boxes, all those good things. We should probably add some like beehives in the pile. We'll put some bamboo bits in there. We'll add some sea pickles around. Lots of green stuff are in these supplies because, well, this is pandas we're talking about. Right next to the supplies area, it would make sense if that is where we put a little bit of a kitchen. Okay, and then we're going to cover this little stove area also with bamboo because bamboo. The next thing I want is I want to put a couple of hammocks in here. And I suppose the implication will be that the workers who take care of the pandas sleep there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and they shouldn't be accessible to the actual pandas. There we go. That's a couple of hammocks. I'm going to put, I think, a ladder up the wall. So basically, the caretakers can get up there where the pandas cannot get to them. There we go. I think we can properly call this area finished for now. The last area we want to turn our attention to is, in fact, this outdoor area. Okay, so first things first, we should probably cut down a few trees, clear this area out a little bit, and consider any terraforming that we might want to do. I don't want to do too much because that just sounds like hell to me. But we might want to make this a little bit of a flatter area. Now it's time to start actually putting up some walls. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 high bamboo and tough walls. I think the bamboo should go up 1 more. There we go. I made it bigger. It really needed to be the same width as the greenhouse, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. The pandas have a spacious playground, in fact, on top of their entire greenhouse. I'm really spoiling these guys, aren't I? In the center of the garden, we're going to put a nice big rock for our pandas to play on. The rock here is going to be a lot of the same coloring as our spawn area. Not because it's a common color in this area, but more because it isn't. It's kind of exotic. It's fun for the fancy panda exhibit, you know? Okay, let's step back and look at this rock really quick. Okay. So what I'm planning here is I'm actually going to cut into this rock a little bit. And this is going to have a little bit of a waterfall in it. And then the waterfall is, of course, going to spill over into a little bit of a pond here. Now, once that wall of dirt comes down, this will be a nice, safe, well-lit area. But now I think it's time for me to do a little bit more terraforming, and I have one more little addition to this build before we bring the pandas here. So we're going to do one more time lapse because, dear God, there's a lot of building in this episode. And I will see you on the other side when we go to get our little friends. There we are. Everybody has been moved up here to the greenhouse, and, well, this is not enough pandas to fill this space. Look at them. They're so cute. We need to get breeding these guys and see if we can't get a few more variants. Hey guys, a little normal little baby. All right, I think this is going to be just start piling bamboo into these little dudes. Come on, little guy. Get your little butt up. Where are you going? Another worry baby. No, not a worry baby, a lazy baby. Oh my gosh. The tiny lazy babies make me so happy. They're such useless mobs, and they're probably my favorite in the game now. Doesn't that about sum pandas up in general? Chew! It's so funny. I'm too far away to hear them, but I'll look out there every once in a while and just see. Bounce. Bounce, bounce. Make baby. I love that the worried pandas are like coming inside. They're little introverts. Another lazy baby. Wow. All right, well, this is going to be a little bit of a process. It's going to take us a decent amount of time just hanging out here, breeding the babies, and then doing it all over again. How many pandas do you think is too many pandas? My favorite part about having this many pandas crammed in here is watch the different sections of pandas as they jump, as babies sneeze. It's great. I love it. Also, look at the roly-poly panda on the rock. That's perfect. Okay, so we have gotten ourselves a brown panda. That's this little guy over here. I've tried to keep him inside. He will not stay inside. He wants to leave so bad. I don't know why. I found this guy outside the wall. He was over here wandering around. He must have gotten bred up by like these guys in the corner. We've definitely had a few escapees. I've been checking them to make sure none of them are angry pandas. I haven't seen an angry panda in here yet. They are less distinct than the brown pandas though, so they're going to be harder to spot. And what I'm thinking is we need to thin the herd a little bit. This is a slightly ridiculous amount of pandas to have. And here's the thing, aggressive pandas will attack you if you hurt other pandas. But we might just go ahead and take out some of these lovely, lovely creatures. I feel really bad about this, but I think that this is our best chance to find out if we have aggressive pandas and also get rid of a few. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wander around to different spots and just whack a guy. See if anybody comes after us. We don't need all of these lazy pandas, for example. So we go bam, and bam. There we go. We got that guy. Do we get any aggressive pandas chasing us down? Who knows? I keep having to check up on my little brown guy because I'm so terrified that he's going to get... Oh, there's another brown one. Excellent. I'm terrified that they're going to get, like, entity crammed or, like, grow up in a wall or something like that. And that's just not a good thing. There are so many pandas outside. This is ridiculous. I was hoping that this would be a fast endeavor, but honestly, this is going to take me a while to thin through the herd a little bit, I think. I'm getting crushed by fluffy butts. Well, I've never seen this. This lazy panda picked up bamboo and started eating it upside down. What the heck? You can barely even notice that I've thinned the herd. Well, I suppose I'm going to go keep thinning the herd, and I will be back and report back when I've done a little bit more work here. How about that? Well, we've thinned things out quite a bit here. I have officially killed 999 pandas. I thought 1,000 was crossing a line. But unfortunately, we do not seem to have an aggressive panda anywhere around here at all. It was fated not to be, apparently. I do hope we can find one at some point because I would love to have all of the different personality types in here, but we have spent far too many hours on this today, and I gotta get this video out. Despite still missing one of our pandas, we've done a lot of good work today, but I'm a little bit worried about my sponge situation now that I decided to turn one into mini blocks. So we'll have to rectify that at some point in the near future, probably on stream, so don't forget to join me over there on Twitch. And if you liked the video, don't forget to actually, like it in the YouTube sense, and subscribe so that you don't miss the next project. Maybe next time, we'll find ourselves some peace and quiet. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!